Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, my name is Ahnna and I do makeup and skincare videos on my channel. And for those of you who are returning, hey y'all, what's up? So I am going to be showing you guys how I created this bomb eyeshadow look today. Y'all, I am like so shook. Like, if you've seen any of my previous videos, you know eyeshadow is like not really my thing, but your girl did this by herself. No recreation, no help from YouTube. I did this all by myself.
Just me, by myself, on the block, holding it down.
And I am shook and I'm so proud of myself, and I thought I would share it with you guys. And so what I am actually going to be reviewing today is another one of my Juvia's palettes, of course. It's the Berries by Juvia, so there's that in there. So I used just these 6 eyeshadows to create this look, nothing else, no other transition shades or anything else. I used that palette on its own to create this look. If you want to see how I created this look, then please keep on watching. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. So as I stated, I will be using the Berries by Juvia's Place, and I'll show you what that looks like. Very, very pretty. If I can get that up close. Lots of purples and pinks in there. So as you can see, I've already done one eye off camera so I could get in the rhythm of things. I know last time I did a recreation video, but this was all me, girl.
Oh yes, honey.
So hopefully I can do the same thing on this side and I can have a little bomb look and show you guys how I did it. So we'll go ahead and jump right in. As you guys can see, I've already done my eyebrows and I have already set my eyelid and everything like that. And just so you know, if I can find it, I'll have to insert a picture on Instagram or something of what it looks like when you're filming a video. There is literally stuff everywhere. But to prime, I just use the, if it'll do it. Next, Proof It Waterproof Eyeshadow Primer, and then I actually just went over it with my e.l.f. concealer in the color Deep Olive, and then I set it with my Juvia's Place powder in the color Gobi. There it is. So the first thing I did was I took kind of this little pointed pencil brush and I dipped right into this guy here. None of these have names, so we're just gonna say this matte purpley pink shade, and I use that to make my crease. And I have extremely hooded eyes. My last video I said I have super wrinkly eyes, but I have like extremely hooded eyes, so I make my crease above. So I'm just gonna do that, and my mirror is down here, so I'll be looking down while I apply this, but I kind of just went right above my crease and I literally just stamped that in, just to create a shape. You guys can see I really like these because they have really awesome color payoff. And now that I think I've got my primer situation down, I think it's really gonna be good. And I actually just kind of brought that all the way down a little bit, kind of to the corner there. Alright, so after I did that, I actually went in just kind of with a light fluffy brush here, and I went into this color and I went above where I just did that darker purple, just to kind of buff that out a little bit. And one thing I know already about this palette, there is like no fallout, and you know I went ham with the colors, and I hardly had any fallout underneath my eye, which is really nice. So I just kind of use that to blend it out a little bit. Alright, and next I took I kind of took a couple of different brushes because I was trying to figure out what I liked, but I know for one I went right in with this kind of angled brush, and I took that really dark purple and I actually put that right in my crease, and then kind of making that like outer V shape over here. So I just kind of stamped it on there to kind of make that V where I was gonna go, and I kind of brought it in right underneath, and I actually brought it kind of all the way, almost covering my lid, because I did do a little bit of a cut crease here. Because I really want, my goal is to try to get all these colors to show, but you know, we'll see, or to have a nice gradient. That's one thing that I try to work on, is having a nice gradient on my eyes. I'm gonna bring you guys in a little bit closer. I thought that maybe this would be far enough, but I feel like you can't see. Alright, so that's pretty much where I want that to go. And then I just took kind of like just another blending brush. This one's a little bit bigger, and I just kind of blended all that in there just to make sure it's a nice seamless transition. And then I also went back in with that first color just to kind of make it stand out a little bit more, because it did get a little lost by that darker purple as I started to mix it in, but I really like that color. I think it kind of brightens up the look a little bit, so I want to make sure that it's still visible. And I just kind of blended that again. Alright, so this was the fun part, kind of hard part for me. So I went ahead and did a cut crease, but how I did it, still don't have a new primer or a new, like, I guess, eyeshadow base, primer, whatever you want to call it. So I actually went back in with the same e.l.f. concealer that I used to set my eye, and I used that to kind of just carve out almost like a half cut crease. I didn't actually cut it all the way through, so we're gonna go ahead and try to do that. Oops, I took too much off of there. I tried to do this so you guys can see, but your girl needs to be up close to see this. So what I did was I just kind of went in the middle, and then I looked up to see where that crease was, and then I drew it from there. Because like I said, your girl's got super wrinkly eyes. And I know concealer might not be the best option, but it worked pretty well for me. I'm gonna have to set it again because I was a little afraid to go back in with it a little tacky. You can see I did a little cut crease there. And you know, it might be, I did have a little bit of trouble packing on the pink, so I'm gonna try something different. I'm not gonna set it like I did. I'm gonna leave it a little bit tacky. I'm gonna let it kind of dry down just a little bit, but not a whole bunch. But what I used was just kind of flat, kind of more dense brush, and I went right into that pink one there. And I kind of want to see if it doesn't work without setting it, then I'll go back over it and set it. But I want to see how that kind of picks up without it. So I'm just gonna pop that right on. This is such a pretty color because not only is it pink, but it's got like these goldy pinkish shimmers in there. Gosh, I wish, oh, it's really hard to see on camera, but there's like some shimmers in there. So I'm gonna try to apply this. So there's that. And what's nice about this palette is because there's only 6 colors, You can pretty much utilize all of them. I did. I utilized all 6 of this palette to create this look, which I'm actually really happy with. So basically what I'm doing is just trying to cover that whole entire cut crease that I made. Obviously with the pink, it does get a little tricky when I get up to like kind of like the line there because it wants to try to show through, but I will say that not letting that set actually brought that out a lot more than it did when I set it, so that's good to know for next time. I'm really packing this one on, obviously, as you can see, but I also want to show you, as much as I'm packing, there's no fallout. Like, what is this? And there's hardly any that, you can't see that, there's hardly any that's coming out on the tray either, or on me, so I'm super happy about that. Not that fallout really matters to me that much because I normally put my eyeshadow on before I do my foundation if I'm doing something this dramatic, so it's not really that important to me, but for those of you who it might be, there's not that much fallout. Alright, so I think that is pretty much covered. So then putting the palette down. So then I'm actually going to go back in with my angled brush and kind of go back and add some of that purple back in, just to kind of blend those two together. See. And then I like to take that big one again and just kind of blend that in so it blends seamlessly. And I also took I still went back in, oh, I can't remember which brush, maybe with this one, and I actually went back into this purple up here just to kind of make that not so harsh, since it's like such a dark purple to a light purple, so I just kind of added that in there as well, just to kind of smooth that out. Just gonna add some more pink because it's starting to get a little too far in. And then I feel like stamping with this actually works a lot better than blending, because when you actually blend, I feel like it's because that pink is so light and that purple is so dark that it makes the pink disappear, which is not what I want. And then I went back in, I'm using some of the same brushes, but I went back in with this one and I went back over the top above that initial crease just to kind of make that a little bit more pink of a gradient up into my eyebrow there. Alright, so that is pretty much the base of this eye look, so there's that. So then, to give it a little pizzazz, I actually took, where are you, this tiny little pointer brush, and I took this color right up here in the corner, and I actually did that to kind of make a line where my actual crease is, just to kind of give it some definition. Really hard. I'm still learning how to work with these eyes of mine, because for the longest I was like, oh, I had hooded eyes, and then I was like, well, my eyeshadow game wasn't that great, so it was whatever. And then I was like, oh, I don't have hooded eyes, I have almond eyes, I can do this. And so then I was following my actual crease and I'm like, where did all my eyeshadows go? So after some more YouTubing, I realized, no girl, you actually have hooded eyes and you need to bring that crease a little bit higher. So, and I actually am bringing this, kind of making it a thick line just so you can see it when my eyes aren't looking down too, because I think it's a really pretty color and it just kind of, like I said, gives it some dimension. Alright, so I don't know if you could see that. So then I'm actually going to take the same little pointer brush and I'm going to go And I'm gonna actually dip into the same thing, and I actually put this up in my brow bone as well. I'm gonna give it a highlight up there. Ooh, that's pretty. Okay, so then I took the same brush, now I know what I'm talking about, and I actually dipped into this guy here, this other little shimmery color, and I put that in my waterline, or not my waterline, in my, oh my god, what is this called? I don't know. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Into my inner corner, there we go. I put it into my inner corner and just kind of brought it down just a little bit to the under. Okay, so that is pretty much that. I am going to actually go back in one more time because I like to blend and just make sure that everything is blended. Alright. Okay, so I am going to do my lashes and eyeliner off camera, and then I will come back and I'll kind of go over the face real quick, and then yeah. Okay everyone, so I am back. So I've got the lashes on, eyeliner on. I just did a nice little wing there, as you can see, on both sides, and I've got some little dramatic lashes on. So real quick, I'm just going to go through my face. I'm probably just going to speed through this, but I'll show you guys what I use if you don't already know. So I've already went ahead and primed my face, and I did that with the e.l.f. Jelly Pop Dew Primer. This stuff is really good. It's a nice dupe to that the Milk Hydro Grip Primer, and this one smells like watermelon. It smells really good. And then I will be using the Juvia's Place Foundation and Accra 330. I will be using my e.l.f. concealers today to conceal under my eyes. And then I will set my face with the Juvia's setting powders in Gobi and I don't know what's this other one called. Oh, Gobi and Nubia. And what else? Oh, bronzer, my Becca bronzer. That's how I contour. Yeah, I think that's everything. So I'm just gonna do it. I'll speed through it, and then we'll go through and do final reviews on what I thought of the Berries palette. All right, let's go. Alright, so I am back. Hair is done, earrings on, changed my clothes. Sorry if you notice I did change the lighting too. When I was putting that foundation on again, it looked super crazy, but I changed the lighting and now we're looking like we should. All right, so final thoughts about the look. I think the look turned out really cute. Way better than I expected actually, but I like it a lot. I would probably honestly wear this out on a regular day, like out to hang out with my girls, or like, you know, I think it's like out there, but it's not like crazy like what is she doing, like, oh, she's just out for lunch with her girls in a cute little outfit with her eyes done. Like, I think we could do that. This palette, now I did a look with the chocolates with the husband chooses my makeup one, and that one turned out really good. But this palette right here, you guys, like, look at my eyes. Like, I'm a little shook at how well it actually turned out. But there was like, I would say like 1% fallout on this. I didn't have any under my eyes. There was a little bit in the palette itself and on the pans, but like hardly anything here. It was very easy to work with. They're very easy to blend. Like, I love this. And I normally don't do pinks on my eyes. Like, pink is something that's really new for me, but honey, this turned out bomb. Like, I'm ready to go somewhere. Even though I can't. I'm actually about to go to bed because it's late. But if it was during the day and we could go out, I'd be going somewhere. I don't know where, but I would be going somewhere because I look good. But yeah, I don't really even know what to say. Like, these are great. So if you are a beginner and you're like, I know the basics about eyeshadow, I know that you're supposed to do this there and that there, you can do this. Like, I am, like I said, I'm shook that I even did this because I'm so scared to step out of my comfort zone, and I've been doing it little by little, and I just went for it today. When I started, I was like, we might have to take this off and start over, but like, I just kept pushing. I was like, nope, we're gonna keep going, and it turned out really well. So if you are a beginner, you out there, you watching this video, you can do this. Don't give up. Just keep trying, keep practicing, keep watching videos. You can do it. If you have any questions for me, please make sure you leave them down below. As always, thank you guys for tuning into my channel. And please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I will catch you guys in another one. Peace!